At this point, it feels like Destiny 2 has just been in one massive tailspin ever since The Edge of Fate came out. Some of that is because of the boring and repetitive gameplay, but most of it is actually down to the exploits and bugs running rampant, and even some creators blurring the lines between bannable offences. So what I'm talking about specifically is currently a hot topic, and that is a damage swapping glitch that is currently on Cheese Forever's channel. The glitch, or exploit, whatever you want to call it, it basically allows you to swap between 4 loadouts for about a minute and a half really quickly, and you'll end up duplicating your Guardians so many times by desyncing the game that when you shoot your gun, you will basically be firing over 100 times at the same time. Apparently this was a gated secret used in the contest raid, which I personally think is straight bullshit, but even if it was, something like this should still be a bannable offence because it was used in a competitive PvE event. That's pretty much where I'm drawing the line between something like this and the crafting, because they both pretty much relied on the same thing, which was kicking out a ton of DPS by exploiting a glitch that relied on desyncing the game. The big difference is that the crafting wasn't used in a contest raid with real prizes on the line, even if there was no intention of the cheaters to get world's first by using this exploit. But there is a surprisingly simple solution that I would implore Bungie to implement as soon as possible, which would be a 10-second loadout swap cooldown. Nothing crazy or game breaking, but highly effective going forward, because there is literally no situation I can think of that would require you to swap your loadout that quickly unless you were exploiting. They could always go one step further so it drains your super energy and ammo with a mid-combat loadout swap to really angry some of the no-lifers, but that's just me being a bit evil, I think. Now, I know speedrunners and low-mans utilise hot swapping a lot because it's the only feasible way to achieve DPS checks and, well, beat a boss quickly in the nature of speedrunners. But what Bungie seemingly forgot with Edge of Fate is that this is a very small portion of the community, and it is not surprising to see that most players have just straight up stopped playing. Destiny 2 has not felt casual friendly since Edge of Fate dropped, which is shocking to say considering that there has not been anything helpful for the new lights to learn the game in years. But having hop swapping being borderline required for raids or endgame content is just not the way to go at all, especially for older gamers who don't have the reaction speeds of a 16-year-old coked out of their mind on Adderall. Hence why a cooldown for hot swapping should be on the table, because doing a full ban of hot swapping with locked loadouts is just not the way to go either, because you'll end up leaning into a far more restrictive gameplay that nobody will enjoy. Ending on a brighter note though, Bungie has finally spoken up about the raid difficulty, which is a step in the right direction. They basically address that they're bringing down all the power deltas, so instead of raids and dungeons being a +10 as standard, they are now going to be the flat difficulty like we were used to, which I think is a great change because now I'm not going to get wrecked by some random hobgoblin 50 meters away. But even though that they've said this, there is definitely still a reason to be cautious, because Bungie has said they are testing these changes, meaning they're letting the interns play through them once to check if they're working. As always, let me know what you think about hot swapping and what kind of fixes or changes you would like to see, as I think this should be a widespread topic for Bungie to research properly. But other than that, hope you all have a lovely week, and I shall see you all in the next one.